Welcome to Olympian Cares, giving you the best in water testing and analysis. Today we're looking at Stony Brook University, where Long Island water quality assessment is showing cause for concern. So we'll see what's going on in this area. So Stony Brook's university scientists have completed their assessment of water quality in Long Island's estuaries in 2021. And the news is not looking good. During the months of June through October, every major bay and estuary across Long Island was afflicted by toxin algae blooms and oxygen-starved dead zones. Excessive delivery of nitrogen from on-site wastewater has been cited as the cause of these disturbing events. And we've done a few videos on blue-green algae, and it is highly toxic and dangerous. And the news was announced on October 7th at the Patchogue waterfront by Christopher J. Gobler, endowed chair of the Coastal Ecology and Conservation at the School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences, SOSMAS, at Stony Brook University. And we can see the water quality impairments across Long Island during the summer of 2021. It began with a mahogany and brown tides in June and ended with a harmful rust tide that continues today across the eastern Long Island, said Gobler. In between a record-setting 24 low oxygen dead zones were identified from the Great Neck to East Hampton. Over 20 lakes and ponds were affiliated with toxic blue-green algae blooms, and fish kills across another half-dozen sites. This has become the new normal as Long Island deals with a dual assault of climate change and excessive nitrogen loading. Summer 2021 stood out as having nearly double the average rainfall total, with more rainfall coming during each individual storm. This might be the new normal as scientists predict Long Island will experience more precipitation in total in the future due to climate change. The excessive rainfall brings more nitrogen loading from land to sea, fueling harmful algae blooms and dead zones. For example, the falling tropical storms Henry and Ida, mild rust tide expanded and intensified all across the eastern end of Long Island, and the dead zones expanded across Long Island Sound and elsewhere. Excessive nitrogen coming from the household sewage that seeps into the underground and ultimately into the bays, harbors, and estuaries, or in some cases, is directly discharged into surface waters, is the root cause of these maladies. Suffolk County and Nassau County completed subwater studies last year as the wastewater as the largest source of nitrogen to surface waters. And excessive nitrogen stimulates toxic algae blooms that can in turn remove oxygen from bottom waters as they decay. So we can see here what's going on, and he's holding up the map of Long Island. Legal concern is the widespread nature of dead zones across Long Island, and dead zones are regions of low or no oxygen, and the New York Department of Health Conservation indicates that the marine water should never have less than 3 milligrams of dissolved oxygen per liter to allow fish to survive. This summer, more than 24 sites across Long Island did not meet this criterion. In several cases, fish kills occurred. So this was compacted by Gobler, whose lab has been monitoring the sampling Long Island's water on a weekly basis since 2014, and it's not looking good right now. Can it be turned around? Can it be solved? Well, we'll have to see. But with all this happening, if you're in this area, then it's always a good idea to get your water periodically tested for whatever issues could be there. Would it be dead zones and a lot of issues coming in with that, contaminants, blue-green algae, or any other problems? Always get your water periodically analyzed and tested.